Hello. This is Ricardo, and this is my pre-IB presentation for economics. Today, my topic will be what factors cause a rise in demand. I will use a character that I created. His name is Joe. Joe will make the process of explaining these factors more relatable and easier to understand. Alright, let's begin. So, rise in the income of consumers. This is when consumers have, their paycheck goes up basically. So, Joe started making more money. It went from $800 to $1,000, and before he could only buy 2 pounds of apples due to his budget. Now that he is $200 richer, Joe can purchase 3 pounds of apples because he has more money to spend, which has increased his demand. Factor 2, this is basically like factor 1. It is decrease in the taxes that consumers have. It's basically the same because in both cases the consumer has more money to spend, even if one has to do with taxes and their other income. So Joe's taxes go from $300 to $200. So he has $100 more to spend. So again, he can purchase 3 pounds of apples instead of 2 because his demand increased due to his budget increase. Factor 3. I split this into two parts, change in the prices of other goods and services. The first part is complementary goods. So complementary goods are goods that are in joint demand. I use bread and Nutella here as my example. So Joe loves Nutella, and when he went to the store, he saw that the price of Nutella decreased. So he bought 2 more jars instead of one, so he got 3 this time. Because of this, Joe was forced to buy more bread to satisfy the amount of Nutella he bought, because he consumes them together. So even though the price of the bread didn't decrease, he still found himself buying more bread due to the fact that Nutella and bread are in joint demand. The second part are change in the price of substitutes. I used Coke and Sprite here, so substitutes are two goods that replace each other. So Joe loves soft drinks. Joe loves lots of things, as you can see. So Coke went from $1 to $2, so he switched to Sprite. Again, even though the price of Sprite didn't decrease, Joe's demand for Sprite increased because the price for the substitute increased. So this demand for Sprite has increased. Factor 4, changes in the habits, taste, and fashion. This is something that has been going on for a very few years. The example I'm going to use is very relatable to our times. So Joe always listens to what his friends tell him. They told him to buy goods that are made from recycled materials. So the detergent he bought is friendly to the environment. So now his demand for environmentally friendly goods has increased. This is something that has been more popular these days. People want to buy goods that are made of recycled goods, that are biodegradable, etc. So the habits of people have increased the demand for, and Joe's habits have increased the demand for environmentally friendly goods. Factor 5 is change in population. So this is a very obvious one. This is basically, if more people go to a city or town, more stores will open to meet the demands. So Joe lives in California, in a small town. So more people came, and more stores opened. This is basically how a city works. When more people move to a city or to a town, the town expands to satisfy all the needs. So more stores, more restaurants open to satisfy the needs of everyone in the town. Factor 6. So these can include weather, changes in laws, increase interest, and other elements. So example, the goods Joe consumes change according to season. The example I use is very traditional. It's hot, cold season thing. So he consumes hot chocolate during the winter and ice cream during the summer. Very normal thing. So basically, weather is a very good determinant to see what goods will be sold in what time. The hot chocolate in winter and the ice cream in the summer. So changes in laws also. So for example, if the government decides to make a law to wear helmets mandatory while riding a motorcycle, the demand for motorcycle helmets will increase almost immediately. Also, increase in interest. For example, if you buy something from another country or from here, so cigarettes, for example, the interest on those are very high, and the demand for those will decrease as interest increases because the price rises. So the demand will decrease. Okay, thank you for listening. I hope you learned something today on how to increase demand and the factors involved. Thank you for listening.